Have you been at the Chicago World's Fair yet? The beautiful lights, sounds, buildings, attractions, smells. However, we cannot forget the man that died on the ice railway crash that happened last month on June 14th, and let's not ignore the 5 people injured. What were their names again? That's right. The man that died was W.D. Richmond, and the 5 injured were H. Jacobs, J. Jacobs, D.F. Slater, May Payers, and Carl Frieshow. They're always in my thoughts, and I pray that they get better. And for Mr. Richmond, may he rest in peace. At least they were making history at the time of their death and the time of them being injured. The railroad reached about 40 miles per hour, and one of the Colombian guards even stated that they seemed like they were flying. And then he saw them actually starting to fly when the railroad took the curve so fast and went off the tracks and crashing into the ground. As far as we know, the people that are injured are stable and okay. Yesterday was so beautiful and so worth it. Well, for the most part. I went to go see one of the most beautiful, popular attractions of the World's Fair, the Ferris wheel. I even heard they made about $15,000 in the first week of the Ferris wheel opening. It was so giant and so beautiful. And of course, I wasn't the only one in awe about how beautiful it actually was, but I also wasn't the only one afraid and worried about it being unsafe. We all heard the rumors and talks of suicide and accidents, and even a story about a little pug that jumped off to its death, and it was very sad. But when I asked how they knew they could never give me a straight answer, so I don't really know the true stories, if they're really true or just rumors. However, what ruined my ride on the Ferris wheel was that idiot Wear-It. I was in the same cart as him, and everything was fine and dandy and wonderful and amazing until we started to get high. And then he started to have a freak out. He was running back and forth, slamming and rocking the cart, which made all of us nervous and feel unsafe. The conductor in the cart tried to calm him down. He ended up breaking a window, bending some iron, because we could not send the conductor on the main ground to turn off the Ferris wheel. So finally, a woman in the back took off her underskirt and threw it over his head, just to calm him down. Thankfully, it worked. Oh, how I wish I could ride that Ferris wheel again without him. I'm sure one day a group of people will come together and make rules and regulations to keep people safe on rides like the Ferris wheel. They'll have certain health requirements and rules like not rocking the cart. A group that needs to have consumer advocates, government officials, park operators, and industry suppliers. Yeah, that sounds good and safe, and oh, how they will have rides and several test runs instead of just a couple like the Ferris wheel did, which scared all of us. When it made the horrible sounds, they claimed we were just cleaning the brakes. However, with not just state requirements, they also need to follow local requirements. Need to know how the town works and where they need to be placed so they're not hitting any buildings. What should this group even be called? Oh, I know what it should be called. It should be called ASTM, A-S-T-M. And it could stand for American Society for Testing and Materials. It can have a group of people that meet about twice a year and talk about the new technologies, discuss the safety for people when it comes to park rides, so they can get along with the times and not fall behind and keep things moving safer. The World's Fair is such a beautiful place, and if you haven't gone yet, I strongly urge you to go. Just make sure you don't go when where it's going, because otherwise you don't know when he's going to have his next freak out.